All right, everyone, you are tuned in to the GM podcast. This is Manuel and my co host here. Tell them what's up, Gabby, and let them know what we'll be talking about today.
What up, everybody? We're going to be talking about the hot topic of the day is knowing when to quit. Is everybody excited? Because I am.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's a good topic because, reflecting on my point of view, I wish I could have quit a long time ago doing the things that led me nowhere. Led me to a lot of dead ends. Knowing when to quit was one of those things now that I truly value because
Now you see things crystal clear.
yeah, you're not dwelling on the things that are not working out for you. It gives you an opportunity to work your skills, to work your craft towards something that is really valuable. And at the same, don't get me wrong, learning from mistakes and learning from the things that you've already dealt with, they make you better, obviously. But knowing when to quit on something that isn't working out and it doesn't work out, it's more of it's very time consuming.
Well, knowing when to quit, I consider myself a person who has a champion mentality. I don't quit. I don't quit in life. I don't quit when things get hard or difficult or challenging. I don't like to quit. It's taken a lot. I'm almost 40 years old, and it's taken this long for me to feel this way because I wasn't always. I don't think people are necessarily born with it. You have to kind of, especially in the world that we live in. We're watching the show The Vikings. That you're born into the mentality of don't quit, right? Because now we're in a different world. Everything is so watered down. Everything is so you got to tiptoe around people because of their feelings. So we live in a different world where you're not born with a champion mentality. You're told, don't do that. Don't say this. Hey, you got to grow up and do this. So you feel like you're in a world where quitting is pretty easy. You grow up to think, well, if, this is too hard, I'm going to quit. Or you join a sport, nowadays, even if the kid loses, he gets a freaking medal, for God's sake. He gets a medal for losing. Anyways, enough of my rant. But knowing when to quit. For me, that is one of those things where if you know me on a personal level, you know that I don't quit even on people. But I've learned, this life has taught me that even knowing the red flags and the final signs of when to quit.
At an early stage.
Oh, yeah. At an early stage. Exactly, partner. Thank you. Because I've learned to quit on people way too late. When I'm emotionally broken, when I'm mentally tired is when I quit on people. And the reason why I bring up people first is because I think that is most of our problems, is knowing when to quit on somebody. Just to give you a quick rundown, when I first joined jiu-jitsu, I started at a gym with another coach, and I genuinely, loved my team. Because my love is genuine. Either I love you or I don't. So I genuinely loved my team. I genuinely loved my jiu-jitsu coach. And he turned out to be very narcissist. And I tried to hang on like dear life. I was clinging by my nails to that man because I wanted to make things work. And I thought that if I expressed to him how I felt, and if I told him like, hey, this is bothering me, like, let's talk it out, that maybe, just maybe, things will get better. And I was literally bullied. I was embarrassed, humiliated. You name it. As an adult, you think adults don't go through that. How can we possibly go through that? We're big human beings. We have our brain of our own and mouth to speak from. Well, that's not the case. Adults get bullied too. And I was a jiu-jitsu fighter, which is more ironic, I guess. But I got bullied and I got embarrassed and humiliated by my teacher. And this has nothing to do with coaching, because some people are going to say, well, maybe she was just being a baby. Oh no, trust me. I was coached and I was drilled to the physical. The physical coaching didn't hurt me. It made me tougher. And so I appreciate that I obtained from him. But the mental thing was really, really, really exhausting. And I wanted to quit jiu-jitsu overall. I thought maybe this is not for me. I started questioning myself, my worth. I mean, those are signs that maybe you're being fucked with, right? Maybe the person is really messing with you. And there was a time where I sat down, to be exact, 3 times to try to talk things through as an adult to adult. And it seemed like every time I would walk away from a conversation, things would feel right. Like, everything was like mutual. Like, okay, cool, let's squash it. Everything's good. I would ask, am I doing something wrong? And the answer was always no, you're good. You're not doing anything wrong. You just got to work on listening to me and this. Okay, cool, I could do that. And then, yeah, back to square zero all over again. So I decided to walk away after I felt really emotionally and mentally broken. I said, this is it. I can't no more. I'm now questioning my own self-worth because one individual is making me feel this way. And I broke away from my team after almost 7 years of training with them. It hurt. It felt like a breakup. It was so weird. I cried. I really cried. I thought I was going to quit jiu-jitsu overall. I was going to throw away all my medals because I was so devastated. But life goes on, everybody. I found a new coach. I found a new team. I'm mentally sane again. And it's worked out for me. So yeah, knowing when to quit isn't always easy, but it's necessary.
Right. Yeah. Knowing when to quit. I'm glad that you brought that up, because never do we promote, self-reflection and telling yourself that you're no good. These are these are dilemmas that we all go through. Knowing when to quit doesn't mean quitting on yourself whatsoever.
Right.
It detours you to other types of successful choices or outcomes. And in this situation, quitting on people, yeah, there's tons of people I think we can all quit on.
Yeah.
But don't quit on yourself. Don't ever think that you're not adequate. You're not valued. Maybe people don't take you as valuable.
Right.
So yeah, it's time to quit on the people that are toxic for you, and quitting on people for me has been also one of those things where, yeah, you wish you could tell these people, look, it's black and white. No, it's great. It really is black and white. There is no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. But trying to explain people that it's really black and white, that's where you're starting to lose most of your time, most of your energy, and it just goes to shit. So when they're trying to tell you everything that is gray, it's time to move on.
And some people know that it's black or white, but just to go against your word, they will continue saying that you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like their ego says, no, you're wrong.
Absolutely. Yes. And, again, these are the people that you need to start. If you have doubts, if you have things that are not correlating with what you're trying to explain to this person, it's time to move on. It's time to say, you know what? It's nice knowing you, and just move on. Yeah, quitting on yourself is a different story, because you could never. I mean, yeah, there's people that have quit on themselves, but look where they end up. I know that I have some people that have quit on themselves. They just said, they throw their hands up in the air and just it never really gets better for them. For me though, I've quit things in the past that have gotten me to where I am now. And don't get me wrong, there's been plenty of times where I've wanted to quit the business, where I want to quit this, but Now I'm focusing on things that are actually gonna be better outcomes for me.
Right.
So yeah, maybe it is time to throw in the towel, but you know what? With all due respect, I give this opportunity to myself to make sure that I understand all the values, everything that I've been through. But at the same time, you can't just throw your hands up in the air and say, you know what, I quit everything. Give yourself some time to reflect, to actually come up with a plan, to actually execute what the next opportunity or skills might be.
Yeah, knowing when to quit a job, a career, actually. Okay, let's revise that, or let's rephrase that. Knowing when to, for instance, we started our business 2 years ago, and this is what we're doing. We're doing car hauling. When do you know it's time to quit either the business you started or a career you started? And I think a lot of us, for instance, like you said, we're not promoting like quit everything or making quitting a habit. We're not saying that. But knowing when to quit, that is our big topic today. So I believe that, you give something a try. It doesn't matter what it is, and this works for everything. Relationships, marriages, jobs, everything. Give it a try. Give it 100% a try. Okay? Give it a try. Don't ever just quit. Don't be a coward. Okay? And I use strong words, and that's just, I'm a very extreme person. Don't be a coward. Don't try something and be like, oh, this is too hard, I'm gonna quit. No. Give it 100%. Give it a good try. But if something is challenging your health or it's not fulfilling you, making you happy,
Or mentally breaking you down.
or it's mentally, it's causing you some health issues, mentally, emotionally, whatever it is, then reevaluate and say, you know what, maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not going to work out the way I thought. It's taking a lot more effort, a lot more health choices, then maybe this is not for me. However, give something new a try. Don't just give up. A lot of people say, oh, this is too hard. Okay, I'm just going to go back to my 8 to 5 job. Or I'm just going to go back to dating toxic people because that's all I can get. Or I'm going to go back to... No, let's stop that mentality. Move forward. Always move forward. If something gets tough, that's okay. That's just life. You got to look for the new solution. You got to look for the new thing that's going to work out for you. So we're not promoting quitting on things or making quitting a habit or easy for you, but we need to recognize when to quit a job, when to quit on people. For me, when to quit on people is like number one, because people, to be honest, quite honest with you, people are the ones that cause us to sabotage our own mental health, our everything. So, and then everything else comes after, knowing when to quit a job, our jobs. People make our jobs hard and horrible. So knowing when to quit on people is a number one rule, I think. But other than that, I think once you recognize, and like you said, partner, that once you recognize the flags from the beginning, I hope for my future that if I were to meet anybody or start a new venture or whatever it is, that I'm able to recognize the flags early and say, okay, you know what? I've seen this before. Maybe this isn't for me. Let me move to a different direction. But life is tough. There is no going around it. Life can be great and life can be good. But even when it's good, great, and you have all the right people in your corner and you have all the right things going for you, trust me, something's going to happen. That's just inevitable. That is life. Don't give up. Don't make giving up a habit. Give it a good shot. Give it a good try. And if that doesn't work for you, find another way. That's what we're promoting here. Something doesn't work, find another way. But we need to know when to leave certain things behind us. And I think that is the way you elevate to the next level of your mentality, of your physicality, of everything. Everything comes with it, with change. But don't give up when shit gets hard. I could have given up long time ago, and who knows where I would have been. I'm glad I never gave up. I'm glad that I continue, and my mentality keeps growing, and it becomes even more solidified of everything that I've ever said in the past. And even when I was more introvert, or maybe when I was more weak, mentally weak, I always told myself, I want to be strong mentally, physically. I want to be strong. And now it's led me to a mentality where it's almost unbreakable. And it feels amazing. And I hope that everybody gets to that point. So that's what I'm wishing today.
Right. Good job. Yeah. Knowing when to quit for me, man, I think I need to start putting the fork down.
Hey, you and I both.
Yeah, I got to try quitting eating so damn much.
Oh, man.
No, one thing I do wish is that, we really don't talk politics around this podcast, but I wish the government would try to stop quitting to impose these things on us, man. It's, we all want to live free. We all want to die free. Yep. So, I can't force anybody to do something, so why would I even try? And if I did, then that's my sign to learn or to know when to quit, So, yeah, man, I think we all deserve some freedom. We all deserve that time to be within ourselves, and we're allowed all that, Don't get pushed around,
Yeah.
Don't get pushed around. Don't take no for an answer, It's man, learning how to quit on things will teach you how to surpass certain levels in your life. So yeah, my partner here does talk a good game when she talks about these things that are relevant to us. So let's practice these things, and let's practice on saying no to obedience. Let's stand up, you guys. Let's get out there and get together, get to with the people that you deserve to be around. And I'm not saying to make a clan out of this, but we all need some support, And if one person is set on their goals, if the other person is set on the same goals, what's going to happen? You're going to have this entourage of people that are set in their ways,
And I'm glad that you said that, because we try to avoid. I think a lot of people try to avoid politics for the same reason that everybody avoids politics, is because people cannot have a conversation. People want to fight. They want to get offended. They want to cry. Well, whatever. So everybody tries to avoid that for the sake of just keeping the damn peace, I guess. But just to kind of go back on what you said right now about the politics, since day one, I stand firm on the things that I have said, on the things, and this is all using common sense. I don't ever claim to be some fucking expert or a doctor, a nurse, or a scientist. This is all based off of God-given, logical, reasoning, common sense. That's all. And I stand firm on all the things that I have said from the beginning. And guess what, guys? It's turned out to be, most of it, true. I stand firm on my beliefs. Government is not our friend. And I'm just going to leave it right there. But I hope that everybody don't cower under pressure. You know what? And I've said this, and I will say this again. You will never, ever, ever lose real ones. You will never lose real ones. Because why? Because those who really love you will stand by you. They will see the goodness in you. And the bad, because nobody's perfect. I'm not fucking perfect. I have flaws. And I probably don't say the things I should be saying or whatever, or act a certain way. But I'm a good damn person, and I know that now. And the people who try to rob me of that are no longer in my lives. And I'm glad. I'm glad that they left me, or I'm glad that they betrayed me, or I'm glad whatever, vice versa, because I'm a good person, and I know that now. So I hope that everybody sees that in them. And if you really are a good person, just feed yourself all the goodness. Educate yourself. Read, speak out, and stand firm. Don't cower. Don't cower under pressure. You're going to lose a couple followers. You're going to lose a couple friends. Who fucking cares? Real ones will never leave you. Know that and realize that. And I think that most people, when they see that, they're not going to be afraid to speak up. So that's all I got to know. That's all I got to say about this topic, partner. And I think that people do understand knowing when to quit versus making quitting a habit. So I know that people understand this, and I hope they take it and they run with it, and they keep feeding themselves the thing they need to feed themselves with, and they elevate themselves, because this world needs a lot more people who think for themselves, who decide for themselves, who fight for themselves, who fight for their families, who fight for freedom. Speak up. Don't make quitting a habit, but knowing when to quit is important for a healthy life.
Well, I'm not making this a habit, but I think we got to call it quits for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
hey, how do you come up with some good stuff?
I don't know how I deal with her. But anyways, yeah, that's all we got for today, guys. Hope you guys tune in for the next episode. Peace and love. And if you guys ever have anything to talk about, please let us know on our email. What is it, partner, again?
It's the gm.info20. Oh no, that's our dispatch one. Hey, we'll post it on the video. Don't worry.
There you go, guys. Have a good day out there, and we'll catch you guys on the flip-flop.